Hello and a very warm welcome to this mid-innings show. It was a Kane Williamson special in the first innings and New Zealand have set Australia a target of 173 to chase down in the final of the T20 World Cup 2021. But what a time for Kane Williamson to perform like the way he did. Nikhil Narayan joins me here. Nikhil, 85 of 48 balls. He was on fire today.
Absolutely sensational. Kane Williamson, we know he's a big match player and today he showed his class. 18 of 19 and then to be unbeaten on 85 for 48 in the final of the World Cup. It is a stunning performance by Kane Williamson, who paced his innings absolutely brilliantly today, Maya.
Now 172 for 4. If after 10 overs New Zealand were told they would get to 172, they'd take it.
They'll take it, they'll grab it, they'll snatch it. You know, after 57 for 1, the match was in Australia's favour. It was 80-20 to Australia's favour by all pundits. No one expected New Zealand to get 170 plus. At max 140, 145. This is absolutely stunning what Williamson has done today.
That's right. So in the power play, it was the slowest power play for New Zealand, 32 for 1 in those 6 overs. Then they went on to score 57 in the 10 overs. And then from there on, things just changed. Kane Williamson, I mean, I don't know. Anybody else could have been expected to sort of up the ante, but for Kane Williamson and to come out and do it, you know how badly he wants this trophy.
Yeah, I mean, one would expect Martin Guptill to have upped the ante, but I think Williamson saw Guptill was not at his best today. He was just struggling to strike the ball, so he took it upon himself. And the 11th over, you know, in the drinks break, I don't know what they had for the drink, but whatever they did, it worked brilliantly for New Zealand. Williamson just took out, you know, he just took Stark out of the attack. And since then, the momentum completely changed in New Zealand's favour since that drinks break from the 11th over mark.
That's right. Now, the most runs conceded by an Australian bowler in a T20I, Mitchell Stark, is at number 2 in that, Nikhil, and that just goes on to show how bad this was. 60 on the top is Andrew Tye, 64 versus New Zealand and Auckland. Versus New Zealand and Auckland in 2018, and then there is Kane Richardson. But you just see how Mitchell Stark was treated by Kane Williamson.
Yeah, I mean, Mitchell Stark's most expensive spell personally, also the most expensive spell in a T20 final by any bowler. And Stark is a specialist in the death over. Stark is one of the greatest limited overs bowlers in history. Meha Stark was also one of the bowlers in the 2015 World Cup final and the player of the series. So, you know, the Williamson targeted Stark, which is, you know, absolutely sensational by Williamson.
But wasn't it fun to watch? Someone of the kind of game that Williamson has. And I know what he can do, but for him, that was, some of those was pure timing. And you felt like, wow, this is great to watch Kane Williamson.
Yeah, there's no slogging in Williamson. He's not Carlos Brathwaite. He, you know, pure timer, cricketing shots, takes his calculated risk, uses the crease very well. 39 runs of 12 balls against Mitchell Stark. I mean, wow, absolutely wow.
Though 172 for 4 now. On this pitch, we can see this is a flat track. It's, you know, batting's good. And I'm sure Kane Williamson realized that. One of the reasons why, because of the kind of start they got, he realized that they needed to get to a good score.
Correct.
But 172 for 4, what do you make of that total? And how easy or difficult will it be for Australia?
It's a fresh pitch. It's a good batting pitch. But New Zealand needed 165 plus, which they have got. If you ask New Zealand, you know, after they lost the toss, will you take 172? They would take it. They'll score. They'll take any total above 170. So New Zealand would be happy. I think, you know, New Zealand have the bowlers, the variety in the attack to defend this total. So I think New Zealand would be the happier team going into the innings break.
Because if you see New Zealand and, you know, how they performed in the group stages as well, the moment they get to 150, 140, 150, they make a match out of it.
Absolutely.
And they have the bowling, like you said as well. The spinners come into play. But on this track, how different will it be for them?
Well, this Dubai has essentially, you know, helped spinners. This is a fresh pitch, but overall pitches in Dubai have held spinners. But the thing about New Zealand is that bowling is their stronger suit. Now the batting, the weaker suit has done well and more than, you know, more than expected out of it. So I think 170 8 out of 10 times you'll expect New Zealand to defend it.
And how do you think, how would the Australian openers be approaching this now? Will they look at this as go all out, get aggressive from ball one, or would they say, let's just take the game deep? We know what happens when you can take the game as deep as you can.
Taking the game deep, batting second will be, it's a high risk game. I mean, they did it
also
again.
The scoreboard pressure.
Scoreboard pressure. I think they will need, 6 overs 45 plus. Not lose more than 2 wickets, but 6 overs 45 plus. So Finch and Warner will have to go hard in the power play. And of course, they will need help, from Maxwell today. Maxwell is the X factor today, more than Wade, because, you don't expect Wade to click 2 matches in a row. Maxwell is a big wicket today, Meha.
I also feel Steve Smith can play a huge role just as an anchor, because I feel like if they're in a situation like this, if he holds one end for Australia, then people around him can sort of go for the shots.
Yeah, he can anchor the innings. He can be the playmaker in the middle overs. Steven Smith is also very innovative in T20I cricket. He hasn't done anything in the tournament. Today is the big match. Time to him, to raise his level today.
So that's right. We're all set. It's 173. That is the number that Australia have to reach. Will they do it? Will they be the world champions, or will it be New Zealand? We'll find out after the innings. That's it on this show. Thank you so much, Nikhil, for joining us. In the end, we're going to have a brand new T20 world champion. So come back after the match as we look back at all the action. Goodbye for now.